I'm half-ass ready. So, good to see y'all again. Uh, Recovering nicely. Started my cardiac rehab. I go back to work in about a month. So, I appreciate y'all's prayers and thoughts and positive vibes. Thank you for everything y'all done. Still not 100%, but wow, I'm way far away from where I was. So, but this ain't a Mark channel. This is a preparedness and surviving channel. So, let's talk about that. So, um, been on a few live chats, especially since I've been sick. I do a lot of live chats. I'll look in and chat and of course I'll follow a lot of survival prepper guys and gals, and they're wonderful. Their information is spectacular. I feel like I just regurgitate what I hear a lot, and so I'm going to do a book review today. You know, I've talked about basic survival stuff, but to be a well-rounded prepper, if you're planning on SHFT or bugging in or bugging out, no matter what the circumstances is, maybe it's a complete black sky event, maybe it's just a hurricane coming through, and you have to bug out. Recently, it's forest fires down here. We were, in fact, I thought I was going to bug my mother out a couple of days ago. Fortunately, the wind shifted, fire moved away from her home. But we, you know, again, if you don't know, if you're not a confirmed survivalist, Green Beret, Navy SEAL, something like that, you know, we all may or may not have basic knowledge of a lot of things, okay? So, I want to do this book review, the Boy Scout Handbook. Okay, you can pick this up at your local Scout supply shop. You can probably find these at yard sales and flea markets. Excellent book. Excellent book. And I talk about it a lot. I was a Scoutmaster for 12 years. And if you can teach a 12-year-old boy how to land, navigate, that's good information, okay? But the Scout Handbook, it's got everything that a scout needs in it to become an Eagle Scout, okay? So the first part of it's Scoutcraft, which is a lot of stuff you and I may not need to know. You know, the Scouts teach leadership and citizenship, leadership being the key quality here. Some of y'all may be the leaders of your mutual assistance group. Wouldn't hurt to read the leadership chapter, okay? We all need to be citizens. We all need to be productive citizens. So there's a chapter in that. But chapter here talks about fitness. There's a chapter in here that talks about first aid. We all need to know some first aid, okay? Look, this book isn't a comprehensive first aid manual, okay? But it does have things in it that teach you how to treat a nosebleed, hypothermia, sunburn, poison ivy. These are things that a scout, someone in the woods would run into, okay? So, you know, it's got first aid hints in it. There's a section here on aquatics. Look, if you don't know how to swim, you're probably not going to learn how to swim from a book. But it does teach about water rescues, knots and rope that you need to save someone from a... It's not a swift water rescue book, but teaches something about CPR and mouth-to-mouth resuscitation in there. How to help someone get the water out of their lungs so that they can start breathing again. These are things that are in here. Then there's a nature woodcraft section, okay? There's a handy guidebook in here about birds, snakes, where snakes live, animals that you want to avoid, how to tell a poisonous snake from a non-poisonous snake. And then there's, of course, this chapter here about leave no trace, which is something we preach in Scouts about. When you go to the woods, absolutely leave no trace. Leave nothing but footprints. Take nothing but memories. Okay, that leave no traces, and we preach it a lot, and we should all practice this when we're hunting, fishing, camping, whatever we do. We should leave no trace. But then there's the campcraft section of the book, which is probably more of the day-to-day stuff you would need as far as survival goes. Okay, so there's a chapter here about hiking, how to pick the right trail, what kind of equipment you need, boots, your backpack. It talks about things like that. Okay, there's a section here about camping, how to select the proper campsite. Okay, depending on the weather. How to let someone know your route before you leave the house. Okay, so you're bugging in, but you need to go check on your mother-in-law. Okay, so you need to leave a plan of how long you think it's going to take you to get there, how you're going to get there, maybe some contingency plans along the way, and how long it's going to take you to get back. So if someone needs to hunt for you, they can go find you. Okay. There's a section here about cooking. There's certain woods that you can't use to cook over because they're poisonous. You know, there's certain things you can't, like if you're going to shish kebab a squirrel that you just killed, you may not want to use a piece of laurel to skewer that thing over the fire. Laurel is poison, especially when it's burning. Okay, so teaches you about cooking with and without utensils. Okay, the important one that we were talking about last night is the land navigation. Okay, and it teaches you how to navigate with or without a compass, daytime, nighttime, and how to measure the distance. How to measure things when you don't have the tool to measure it with, right? How to use your thumb to estimate the height of a tree so you can estimate how far it is across a river or a pond or something, okay? How far it is to where you think you're going. So then there's a section here about tools. What tools you need for hiking, camping, cooking, and woodcraft, and how to make tools if you don't have those tools with you, okay? Look, there's lots of tools you're not going to have, lots of tools you're going to need. There's a lot of stuff in here about merit badges and things like that are for the Boy Scouts as far as their advancement is concerned. This whole book is about their advancement. But after you check this book out, and again, I encourage you, there are lots of good photographs. It's very simple to read. It's designed for a 12-year-old boy to an 18-year-old boy to teach. So after you pick up this book, check out some of the merit badges that these kids learn while they're a Boy Scout. Some of those merit badges, you can become an expert in those categories, right? Some of that may be life-saving. There's lots of communication merit badges. There's merit badges for ham radio. Wind blew my door shut. Wow. Lots of merit badges in there that have to do with things we do, right? And little selfish plug here. I'm no longer a Scoutmaster, and I'm really no longer affiliated with Boy Scouts of America. Wished I had time to do that again. But if you have a local scout troop and you know how to be a blacksmith, you know animal husbandry, you know ham radio, you know electricity, you know plumbing, you know car mechanics, you're a truck driver. These are merit badges that you can actually go and become a merit badge counselor at your local scout troop or local district and teach these kids about what you know, okay? Don't hold that inside. You may be teaching the next generation of preppers. So, didn't mean for this to be a plug about Boy Scouts of America. Just meant for this to be a book review that I'm not going to read every page to you. But I have probably 10 copies of this book. This copy actually stays in this shop. I have a copy in my house. I have a copy in my go bag. I have a copy in every vehicle. Terrific section in here about knots, okay? Look, if you don't tie knots every day like a scoutmaster, you may or may not remember how to tie knots. You may or may not remember what knot is useful for your particular situation. So there's a whole section in there about knots, because to be a Boy Scout, to be an Eagle Scout, you have to know 11 knots total. And you have to tie them all. Section in here about sharpening your woodland tools. You have to know how to do all that to earn a totem chip. So, again, excellent book for your survival library. They do make a really cool spiral bound edition so that when you open it up, you can leave it on the page you're reading. I have one of those also. So, but look, I just wanted to talk about this. I know some, especially you guys who follow my channel or I follow yours, and we see each other in chat all the time. Y'all hear me plug this book all the time. It's a key piece of my knowledge. It's as I was a Boy Scout as a young man, it created my desire to get outdoors, and it helped me hone my survival skills. This may be way advanced for some of you people, but most of the people who are tuning into my channel really are looking to get started as preppers or survivalists, and this is a great piece of knowledge, great place to start for especially older people, females. Great piece of literature to have. Might save your life. So, look, that's all I got to say today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all you folks who subscribe to me. If you hear something you like, hit the like button. If I can help you, make a comment. I will try to get back with you. But, again, tell the ones you love that you love them. And let's get full ass ready. Mark signing off.